Hi, I'm Michael Schindel.
I'm Tom Lange, and this is Open Throttle 360.
Open Throttle 360 presented by Millerstown Pic-A-Part. Used parts for less. Great parts, great selection. For more information, visit picapartyard.com.
Welcome to another episode of Open Throttle 360. We're here at Pittsburgh International Race Complex, a place you may remember as Beaver Run, but now they just call it Pit Race. With me now is my co-host, Michael Schindel. Michael, thanks for being a part of the show today.
Great to be here, Tom. It's always a fun day to be at this place.
Great to be here. Yeah. Looks like you got some construction going on at Pit Race.
All winter long, this track's been pretty much under construction. Trees are coming down, the south track's being built, new buildings, new showers, new bathrooms.
Well, in addition to being involved here at Pit Race, you're also the boss of the flashlight drags.
Flashlight drag, Toms. I love doing it. This is our 12th year. Street racing without the jail time, and season openers on May 5th, Sunday.
Well, if you're not familiar with the flashlight drags, we're going to give you a chance to see what it's all about right now.
The biggest difference between the flashlight drags and regular NHRA or IHRA drag racing facilities is you can run as many times as you want. At the flashlight drags, there's a gentleman whose name is Ed. He has a green Chevy pickup truck. This truck screams, and this gentleman appears to be 70 years old. He set a record at Waynesburg and made 38 runs in one afternoon.
You can bring anything, you can run whatever you got, doesn't matter. You can race as many times you want without getting kicked out, eliminated like when you go to a drag strip. Once you lose, you're done.
And it's fun. I mean, we come here for fun.
We wanted an informal, simple format, fun way of drag racing. And conversations always went back to, oh, when I was a kid, we used to do this on McKnight Road, or geez, we raced down here in Ambridge or on a High River Boulevard, McKee. The places were endless. And we said, well, wait a minute, let's go back and look at the simple way of doing drag racing. And it wasn't bracket racing, and it wasn't classes, and it was just old-fashioned street racing. Heads up, run what you brung kind of a format.
It's a great place to come and run your car, no matter what kind of car it is. This is my work car. I drive it to work every day, and I just bring it out here to try to race some cars. They have this new thing called the pink slip, and what I do is I see a guy in my class with the pink slip, and I'll call him out to go race him. And if I beat him, I win one of these pink slips, and then I sit here and wait for somebody to call me out, and then if I win, I get to keep my pink slip. If they win, they get mine.
You pick the guy you want to race, the guy or the girl or the brother, the sister, the mother, the dad, and you just go and line up, and we start you off with a simple flash of a flashlight.
I actually have no other place to race. I mean, this is the only place around for a few miles. So.
Wonderful thing. Street racing without a ticket.
The parents that come up to us most often are the parents of the tuner guys that are saying, thank you so much for allowing my kid to have a place to race, get him off the street, but he still gets to enjoy his passion, to learn the engineering, to learn the science, to learn the physics, to learn everything there is to learn about cars. That's what they get to do.
It's drag racing, and that's why people come. We had DJs. People came up out of the crowd and said, could you please turn the music off? We want to hear the motors. We want to hear the burnouts. We want to hear the gear changes. We don't want the music playing during the races.
I'm 59 years old. I've been in drag races since I was like 7.
I like racing.
We have a few rules. Street legal, cars, trucks. But our number one rule, followed closely by the number 2 rule, is be safe and have fun. And yes, you can do both at the flashlight drags.
Hey, if that looked like fun to you, and I guarantee you it is fun, the Flashlight Drags might be just the thing you're looking for. We call it street racing without the jail time. And if you're interested, go to our website and find out more information, flashlightdrags.com.
We're at Pittsburgh International Race Complex, and we're going to add a little international flair to the show. Joining me are Mark and LP Montour. Folks from Canada came down for a track day here. This is the car that Jim Stott won the championship with last year, and you bought the car?
Yeah, exactly. After he won at Watkins Glen, we convinced Jim, and it was not easy, to sell the car to my son and I. And we plan to run the USGT this year series with Nara.
And now you're going to be the driver of this car?
Yes, I am.
Now, LP, what do you got for him to drive?
Well, LP is going to do the SRT Viper Cup. He did the whole series last year, and again this year he's going to do the series. He finished third in the ranking, and our hopes are pretty high this year that he's going to do even better. I hope he doesn't touch my car to do better numbers than I do.
That's something I was going to ask you about. Now, LP, you did drive this car at Watkins Glen.
Yes, last year I drove this car when the car was at Jim, and I finished first at the last race of the season. It's a beautiful car, awesome car, and well, it's a real machine.
If you get to take this car out and you can drive faster than Mark, does that mean you get to drive this car?
If I want to drive this car faster than my father?
Yeah,
No.
Is it going to become yours?
No, I don't know. It's the new baby of my father, and I respect that.
Oh, okay, so you're not trying to steal it away from him.
No.
So you're not going to stop him, though, if he can?
No, it's a free world.
Yeah.
I want him to perform, and if he wants to do a race or two with it, I'll be happy to support him all the way.
You guys just came in off the track. You were driving and he was the passenger. Was that so you could teach him a couple things, or was he trying to help you figure the car out? What's the deal there?
Well, actually, he was coaching me. This was exactly my first time out with that car, and everything was happening way too fast. And LP is good at that, to give me some pointers and some hints.
You're not afraid to take a little coaching off your son?
None at all.
No, it takes a man to say that, I'll tell you.
We are both fast, but not at the same place on the track. On the slow corner, he's better than me. On a fast corner, I'm better than him.
So you were trying to teach him, and he's going to teach you, and
we work together to improve ourselves.
You're going to ask Santa Claus for one of these for Christmas?
I have also a CRX. I raced in a series at SRT Viper Cup.
Right.
So last year I finished third in the championship, and this year I want to finish first. It's my goal.
Good luck in that endeavor, and thanks both of you for taking the time to talk to us.
Thank you very much.
And good luck this season.
Thank you.
This is Tom Lange reporting for Open Throttle 360.
I'm Jack Delaney, Delaney Chevrolet.
In 1971, Delaney Automotive opened in downtown Indiana with an eye on the future. We knew if we treated customers right, business would grow. That's why we strive to provide the biggest selection and lowest prices. Right now, lease the 2013 Hyundai Sonata GLS, starting at $199 a month for 36 months. Or lease the 2013 Hyundai Elantra GLS, starting at $159 a month for 24 months. Delaney, it's all right here.
Delaney! Feel the rush and witness some of the region's most exciting wheel-to-wheel racing action as the Sweeney Chevrolet Buick GMC Rush Dirt Late Model Series races to a speedway near you. Witness some of the nation's finest up-and-coming young drivers battle each other all summer long. Pittsburgh, Sharon, McKean County, The Rock, Roaring Knob, Allegheny Mountain, and Bradford Speedway. Bring the family and introduce your kids to our phenomenal group of racers. It's a new generation full of new young heroes. Check us out at rushracingseries.com and feel the rush.
Welcome back. Well, Michael, we've talked about some of the facility improvements here at Pit Race. Let's get down to the nuts and bolts, the things that go fast.
I thought you might get around to that, Tom. Pittsburgh International Race Complex has something for pretty much any driver that's out there today. We do everything from the karting facility. It's one of the finest karting facilities in the country. Our carts are 45 miles an hour carts all the way up to 85 mile an hour carts. You have a need for speed in a cart, we'll fit you with the right shoe. We have an event center. It's 12,000 square feet of space that no one knows about. So we do karting parties that trickle over into the event center, birthday parties, bachelor parties, bachelorette parties.
Yeah, one of our co-hosts, Trip Clark, he had an 18th birthday party for his son here and told me they all had a blast.
Well, people talk about their karting parties for weeks, if not years afterwards.
And what else do you have as far as instruction here?
Our instruction runs a full gamut, everything from corporate programs. We've done a lot of training for the oil and gas industry. But we do daily defensive driving for young drivers. We create scenarios that you can't create on the highway until it's an emergency, and then you have to react. So we kind of give you an experience that you can't duplicate anywhere else. We've got 6 acres of asphalt out here where we set up different scenarios. Crash avoidance is what we really try to do, is give you the opportunity before you need it.
Well, you also have a performance driving school.
PDEs, we call them. Performance Drivers Education. And that's exactly what they're intended to be, is take someone who maybe has a high performance car or has a car that they want to learn how to drive faster than you can drive on the street.
Well, the last time we were here, our cameraman Jack got to jump in a Porsche with your chief instructor Jack Neff, went for a ride at over 135 miles per hour, and I'm going to tell you what, he made the rest of us big time jealous. The OT360 team went out to Pit Race to get schooled on a different kind of driving school. No different from when I was in junior high. We started in a classroom where I immediately became the class clown.
It's a DE driver's ed on steroids. These guys are fast drivers. They're typically driving fast cars. Most of them are dedicated track cars, and they'll be exercising, blow the cobwebs off from the winter.
In this afternoon session, I divided them into 3 groups. Fast, not as fast, ordinary men.
This isn't just a supercar school. Normal cars are out there.
I mean, you can use my car, and what we can do with my car is we can go out while any one of these groups are out there and just slide in with them.
So Jack's going to be driving with Jack?
Indeed he is. We figured if you're going to shoot a show about racing, you better know why we're all so crazy. So he geared the car up and we geared him up. Unfortunately, that left me with the camera. Looks like I could use some practice. Let's see if Jack's footage is any better. We needed to get this interview underway, so we told Jack to tuck and roll and get off the track.
Hey, good afternoon, guys.
Jack Neff, just rolling in off of the racetrack. So what are you doing here today at the Pittsburgh International Race Complex?
Today's a pretty nice day. Today is a PDE day, Professional Drivers Education. We got cars here from Maryland, New York. Most of them are local Pittsburgh cars. And this is an opportunity for guys who have their own new little special car, whether it's a Honda, a Porsche, Corvette, BMW, it doesn't make any difference. Bring the car to the track, get an instructor in the car with them, hot laps for 25 minutes, 3 times in the morning. We're not timing laps here. We're not trying to teach someone to become a race car driver. We're trying to teach them to handle their car from a performance standpoint, try to find out what the limits of the car are, but do it in a safe environment. Think about it. It's a track. We're all going the same direction. That's a good start.
This is not the only kind of instruction that you have here at Pit Race. You also have a program for a highway safety type course?
We do a corporate program and a teen program for highway safety. It really gives people, again, the opportunity to come to the track, this time using our cars. We train in our own ex-police cars. But they get the opportunity to do defensive driving. Actually, I always tell those people in that course, we're not teaching racing here today, but we're going to refer to racing from time to time. And the reason I refer to it during that educational course is race car drivers do all of those things very, very well. They're able to avoid, they're able to look down the road far ahead. A good race car driver can anticipate everything.
Thanks for taking the time to talk to us, and thanks for taking our buddy Jack for a ride here today.
I understand he got some good footage on that, Jack. Hope that works out for you.
Went faster than he's ever gone in his life. I'm not sure who had the most fun in that segment, your Jack or our Jack?
Well, Jack Neff has a ball every time he's out on that track. We say he's never grown up, and we don't expect it anytime soon.
Well, I know our Jack had a blast going down that straightaway at 135 miles per hour, so he's not going to forget it.
Well, it's an experience you can't get anywhere else around here. It's just phenomenal.
Well, after we left here, we went up to Sharon Speedway for Steel Valley Thunder. It was our opening night. Had a lot of fun at the dirt track.
Oh, that's cool. You went from one of the newest facilities in the area to one of the most legendary.
Yes, we did.
Oh, that's cool.
Sharon Speedway, located in Hartford, Ohio, is a 3/8-mile dirt oval track that's been in operation for over 80 years, making it one of the oldest continuously running dirt ovals in the United States. Among the track's owners, the Delaney family, which has deep roots in racing that includes Lou, Dave, and current rising NASCAR star Ryan. Sharon has seen its share of legends circle the track, including racing greats Lee Petty, Tom Sneva, Rusty Wallace, and Tony Stewart. Saturday nights during racing season are a storm of excitement at Sharon Speedway's Steel Valley Thunder, especially with the inaugural season of the Rush Racing Series.
I want to welcome aboard Tom Lange and the folks from Open Throttle 360 with us. This new Rush Racing Series, Sweeney Chevrolet come aboard with that, and you guys are working some stuff with Sweeney Rush Series.
We're going to do the best we can to help get that sport out there in front of all the people, because the one thing about the crate racing, it's going to do the things that's going to help this sport survive and bring the costs down for the racers.
Well, not only that too, and it's gotten a lot of young gentlemen involved back in racing again, where we didn't have that collective group of youngsters, racing. And racing was headed down, short track racing in particular was headed down a path that was kind of a little scary because the youth wasn't involved. And now you hear it out here tonight. We had a lot of youth out here in the heat races.
Well, that one heat race, I think the number 1 and 2 finishers, their ages don't add up to the car number.
You're right.
So I got shoes older than those kids, and they're out here racing, and all because people are taking a look at this. They understand that the costs are getting out of hand. It's making it. Between you and I, we know a ton of people that would still be in late model racing if the crate series had come around earlier.
Racing has taken a big turn over the last few years with all these high-powered engines and stuff, and everybody talks about the sprint cars and the late models. When you've got those big sanctioning bodies that kind of depleted our regular programs at the racetracks on a weekly basis, and it's kind of hard to afford to present that week in and week out to the fans without hitting that pocketbook.
Another great aspect of the Rush Series, they not only are promoting weekly racing at your local tracks, but with all these touring events, the drivers that are involved in this, they're going to have a lot of options. They're going to be able to race for points at their local track. There are a lot of touring events that pay more money that are not that far away. that they're all going to be able to attend these events. And so it gives the racers the options of doing the kind of racing that they want to do.
I'm glad you got involved with this, Tom, because I know you've taken this to heart, and you're involved in all aspects of racing anyway. And they picked a good host when they got you to do this, really did, because after all, you know, on the radio show, you're the legend.
We're going to have to thank our producer for that one. Between TV, radio, being at the racetracks, a lot of good things coming up in racing for the tri-state area this year.
I want to thank you guys for coming up. I was kind of surprised when you texted me the other day and said you were coming, and like I said, you guys are welcome anytime throughout the season. If you need some extra footage, don't be afraid to come and sit with the fans in the stands. You can get their opinion of different things. We've got a lot of people that are here religiously every week, and we got a lot of newcomers here again tonight.
I got to let you get back to work.
Yeah,
man.
I think we got pro stocks on the track. Congratulations on your endeavors here, bud.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Sounds every man loves to hear.
Ooh, nice hair.
Text Super PGH to 667-788 for special offers from Supercuts.
The best tires, parts, and service. Tire Town.
In case you haven't heard, Rush is in town. And I'm not talking about the band that plays Working Man, although there are a lot of working men in this series. I'm talking about the new Dirt Late Model series in this area. We had a chance to talk to Dennis Lange Jr., first ever winner in the Rush Dirt Late Model series. We're in the Teardown Barn at Sharon Speedway after the very first feature event in the history of the Rush Late Model series. With us is the winner, Dennis Lange Jr. Dennis, great job you did today.
Well, thank you. The car was just outstanding. The guys put a heck of a setup in that thing.
So how's it feel to be the first winner in the history of the Rush series?
Well, I was shooting for that when we seen the opening night schedule here, and we seen there's no other Rush race up in this area before, and I said, well, we got to go down to Sharon. We won the last one here last year, and I said, we got to go back, and I think we got a shot at it.
So you planning to follow the Rush series this season?
We're gonna run all their weekly shows. We'll hit some of all the tour shows here, of course. I don't think we're gonna go like the Hagerstown or anything like that. My health's been pretty bad, so we're gonna stay a little bit closer to home this year.
So this makes you feel better getting the first win of the season?
Yeah, I told the wife, or I told my crew up there when we were taking pictures, I said, right from Victory Lane to the hospital, right out of the hospital to Victory Lane. So I'm kind of happy about it.
How was the track tonight?
The track was outstanding. It was real racy from top to bottom. This place, it's not real racy in the heat races, but it always comes around. They do a heck of a job preparing this place.
Now, we followed some of the tech procedure for the second and third place car. What else are they doing to your car they didn't do to the other cars?
That I don't know. I wasn't in here when they first started. It looks like they're getting engaged the carburetor here and probably check some valve springs. I don't know. Each tech's different. So I'm glad that they do that, though. I really, that's what I like about the crate racing, is the fact that they take the time to do this.
Well, all the racers have expressed that sentiment to me, that it's important to them to know that the sanctioning body is staying on top of making sure everyone follows the rules.
Yeah, and that's why we come back racing crates, because they got to stay on top of these rules. Otherwise, the guys will start cheating. We've already seen it down south. I think one of the winners this year down south, his motor was caught illegal with the Naismith series this year. It just don't pay to cheat them. Somebody's going to catch you sooner or later. I know that my car owner, Ruben Sports, he's notorious for tearing people down. If somebody blows by me out there and it looks suspicious, he's going to pay to have them tore down. So it's not worth it to cheat.
Well, that's what keeps the series working the way it's supposed to work, when we know everyone follows the rules.
That's correct. Yeah.
So how many more of these wins you think you're going to get this year?
I don't know. I'm hoping we have a banner year. I'd like to see more than 3, but you never know. You got to cherish them when you get them, because you just don't know when you're going to get another one.
In this sport, it's real hard to get those wins, so every one of them is a chance to celebrate. Hope you get a chance to do that tonight.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
Congratulations on that first win.
Thank you.
Feel the rush and witness some of the region's most exciting wheel-to-wheel racing action as the Sweeney Chevrolet Buick GMC Rush Dirt Late Model Series races to a speedway near you. Witness some of the nation's finest up-and-coming young drivers battle each other all summer long. Pittsburgh, Sharon, McKean County, The Rock, Roaring Knob, Allegheny Mountain, and Bradford Speedway. Bring the family and introduce your kids to our phenomenal group of racers. It's a new generation full of new young heroes. Check us out at rushracingseries.com and feel the rush.
In the Alakiski Valley, autumn is both a time to be inspired by transition and to embrace tradition. At Apollo Trust Company, we understand the changing needs of local customers, and we offer a complete line of products and services to meet them, including mortgage and home equity loans, installment and commercial loans, and even wealth management and trust services. Seasons change. You need a bank that will be there for you at every turn. Apollo Trust Company, a bank you can believe in.
Every episode we do a GoPro segment to put you right in the middle of the action. You can't get any closer to the middle of the action than here on the skid pad at Pit Race. Send us your GoPro footage and see if you can do better than this, as long as you do it on a racetrack. Let's go pro now.
Tom, you're gonna hurt yourself.
I know a guy that hurt himself with one of these, had a lug nut in there and was holding it in with his finger and ran it right down his finger.
You have many friends like that, Tom?
Not anymore. Not since I've since I've met people like you.
Oh, there you go.
I'd like to thank you for hosting us here at Pit Race today. How do people find out about what's going on here?
It's really simple. pitrace.com.
Can't get more simple than that.
Nope.
I'd like to remind you to like us on Facebook.
Follow us on Twitter.
And see you next time here on Open Throttle 360.